Dharma Bites is brought to you by Free Buddhist Audio, the Dharma for your life. Our work is funded entirely by donations from our generous listeners. If you would like to help us keep this free, make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. Thank you, and happy listening.
Another sutta, which is also helpful in this subject, it's called the Fear and Dread Sutta, or the Fear and Terror Sutta. Sort of an attractive title, isn't it? So again, it's a Brahmin who comes to the Buddha and says, "Oh, am I right that you're the leader of these disciples, and there's lots of people practicing, and you're following your teaching, and you're the leader?" And the Buddha says, "Yeah, I'm the leader." And the Brahmin says, "And you get them to go off into the forest to meditate on their own. That is impressive. Is that right?" And the Buddha says, that's right. And then the Brahmin says, "But, Master Gautama, it's not easy to endure isolated forest or wilderness dwellings. It's not easy to maintain seclusion. It's not easy to enjoy being alone. The forest, as it were, plunders the mind of a monk who has not attained concentration." And the Buddha says, "Yes, you're right. That's true. That is what happens." And the Brahmin goes on and says, "Well, I can think of people who've gone and done that, and they've just gone mad. The mind has been plundered by the forest." Interesting phrase, isn't it? Someone's been taken from their mind. Their stability, their purposefulness has been plundered by the fear and dread that can arise in the forest. And the Buddha says, "Yeah. Yes, I can well understand that, but it doesn't happen to my disciples." And then he goes through why not. Well, first of all, what he does is he says, "Those thoughts occurred to me before I was enlightened, that it was true that going into the forest to meditate was dangerous. It's a dangerous thing to do." And he says, "And then I thought, what is it that causes that danger? What's the source of that fear and dread?" So then he just goes through what are the causes and the antidotes. So he says, "My disciples practice ethics, and that protects their mind. If you go into the forest alone to meditate or practice, and you haven't practiced ethics, yes, you're in danger of your mind being plundered by fear and dread. You're in danger even of madness." So I'll just quickly go through what the Buddha says. He said of himself, he was talking about himself to begin with, and then of his disciples, that they have pure ethics. They practice pure ethics of body, speech and mind. So that's our 10 precepts. Some of them get mentioned by name. Also there's livelihood. Their livelihood is pure. So they're pure in ethics of body, speech and mind, and also the ethics of their livelihood. And then they're free from the 5 hindrances of meditation. They're just laid out one by one, the 5 hindrances. Being free from them, there's no need to fear the forest and being alone in the forest. So in our case, we might not be able to claim that we're free from the 5 hindrances, but we know about them, we know how to work with them, and if we put in some effort in, then we'll begin to know how they particularly affect our meditation practice and get in there and get hold of us and be able to work with that.
We hope you enjoyed today's Dharma Bite. Please help us keep this free. Make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. And thank you.